the organizers, the host, for bringing our Japanese friend back into business. And we're here, we're going to fight for you as well on the streets. So the better climate, the better trading environment are given by the state and the government of today and the future governments. So we are all together to have that political stability, and our learned one of the friends at the panel was saying, no more violence. Well, of course, human history is full of violence. We simply know no country, not even the Europe. I lived in London for many years. No, not any of the countries can assure of that. And of course, given the high level of young population yet unemployed, graduate unemployment, a lot of things here. So simply these are not things that we can tell you like the biblical truth. This is going to happen. But of course, we are on board. There is no disagreement of your expectations, and we're going to fight that on the streets and in a democratic process. So climate of investors, the things they expect from us are not bridged. They're there, and the mass uprising happened last year, should be the last one in our history. So investment, trade, business are the foremost priorities in the coming years. Thanks, host and everybody. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir. I would like to invite now Mr. Selim Aref Hussain, former BRAC Bank MD. We all know him. He was the MD and CEO of BRAC Bank from 2015 to 2025. He previously led IDLC Finance and held senior roles at ANZ, Lindus and Standard Chartered. So we would like to hear from him about the banking reform and the banking sector going forward, because we can see that the foreign investors are keen interest in the banking sector, and we believe that he is the best person to speak about the banking sector from the audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Sahib. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All of you know, of course, that the banking sector is one of the biggest challenges that this country has. Importantly, it has been recognized, and there are multiple initiatives going on to fix all this. Very recently, I think it was just a couple of days ago, that one of the policy think tanks of the country produced an assessment of the last 365 days of this interim government. And I am happy to say that the area of the banking sector, the central bank initiatives, actually came out green, right on tap. So the fact that the banking sector has been stabilized to a great extent, of course there is enormous work to do, but those work streams are also in place. The fact that the overall macroeconomic environment has been stabilized in terms of the balance of trade, in terms of the stabilization of the foreign currency itself, in terms of the reserves, in terms of the allowing exchange rates to become market-based, which is a big change over the last many years. All that is a big positive. Nevertheless, there is an enormous amount of work to do. But the central bank and the governor is doing a pretty good job. They have three large areas that they're working on. One is the strengthening, the capacity building of the central bank itself. The other is an assessment of the real situation, the gap in the banking sector. Most of that work is also almost done. And the last, of course, is an asset recovery effort that is also doing quite well. If you look at the newspapers over the last couple of days, some of us will have noticed that a few large assets in Europe have been recovered, almost haven't yet been recovered, but the litigation process is quite favorable to Bangladesh. So there is a lot of that needs to still be done. So directionally, everything is still very good. A lot of challenges ahead. nevertheless, we are quite confident under this central bank and this governor, who certainly is a big success. There's not much more I'd like to say. May I make one comment to this August gathering? Earlier today, a few colleagues, friends from the stock market sector, if I may use that term, mentioned that one of the reasons that the capital markets in Bangladesh are not doing well is because the money markets, so the banking sector has taken over a lot of the liquidity. The fact of the matter is, I think the capital market itself, and particularly the regulators, need to take a long, hard look at themselves. What do they need to do to make it much more attractive for the many hundreds of scrips, good stocks, good companies in Bangladesh to become listed? There are at least a dozen companies with multi-billion-dollar sales in this country who are not yet listed on the Bangladesh stock indexes, either Chittagong or Dhaka. Now, why is that so? It is simply that they do not find it beneficial. The costs outweigh the benefits. So it is up to the government, the regulators, to find ways to attract all these Bangladeshi stocks into the stock market itself. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Sir.
Thank you, Selim. So we have heard the perspective of a managing director. Now we would like to hear something from the banking sponsors or owners of the banking board. I would like to request Mr. Abdullah Sarkar. Mr. Sarkar is the chairman of Bangladesh Association of Banks, BAB, and also the chairman of Dhaka Bank. We all know that he founded Urbani Group, a leading textile conglomerate, and served as president of BTME. He holds a master's degree from the Dhaka University in Management, and also he is the founding trustee of Independent University. Mr. Abdullah Sarkar, please.
Distinguished presence, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I am not prepared to speak to you all in here, as I have not been told before that I have to speak about something. But anyway, since I have requested to speak something, so what I understand is that the whole seminar has been arranged to invite foreign investor in the capital market, if I am right. So our capital market actually very hungry for investment from outside, in order to replace the foul player in the capital market from retail development. So I think the foreign investor, like if Japanese people invest in the stock market here, definitely the market will be, I'm sure it will come up, and the local infrastructure, the pride of the government in power, they are very much, bringing changes in overall situation in Bangladesh right now. Both in the economic sector, financial sector, and industrial sector. Every place they are taking a lot of good steps to carry forward our industrial sector and financial sector on the right track. So for which all the supporting people around also require their support to help us to improve our overall financial and industrial investment in here. And our stock market is still very backward, I have to say that, and most of the foul games are played in there. So my appeal to the Securities Exchange Commission, while allowing any companies to come to the stock market, they should double check the people who go on to enlist the stock market to sell their shares. So there is another areas I think we should be very, very cautious in recommendation approval of companies to come to the stock market, because we have to see the background of the company. When they come to the stock market, we have to see that how long this company is going to be on the right track. So this kind of, we did a double checking on these kind of things. On the good stock come to the market, immediately the genuine people also interested in investing in the stock market. So we can finally help. These are the stock market are better paid in all the country. So stock market we have to try to promote properly with all the supporting factors so that the local and foreign investor can be interested. So I think I'm going to prolong my word. The lunch is very nearing now. A lot of people may be starting for lunch. So I with this big audience again wish very successful conclusion of this seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So